Yeah, that's right, everybody. We are back for another round of House of the Mermaid Dragon.
About GOT like nobody else. Whenever they're talking rules, we are overwhelmed. The fact that Kings Rob and Josh are back seven hells. Game of Thrones, like Stannis, they're do this. Well, like it has been 20,000 years since Game of Thrones ended. It has only been 3 years.
5.
The Falsey must then get back on the Iron Throne. Like Stannis, they're dutiful. Game of Thrones, Rob and Josh are dutiful.
Yeah, that's right, folks. I'm Josh. That's Rob. We're the beautiful, dutiful duo talking about House of the Mermaid Dragon, aka a House of the Dragon with a little bit of a Survivor tale type of podcast. Rob, welcome back to another week.
Brother!
Brother! Wow, yeah. Not since Fester and Gomez threw knives at each other in Addams Family Values has there been such a riveting sibling battle. I think that's the best that it's been.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
The Eric versus Eric battle that we didn't know we needed.
Yes. 2 Erics for the
King of the
price
Erics.
of one. So who is
The king of the Erics? Who is the greatest Eric of all time?
Do you want to try and figure that out? Isn't it not? It's not. I mean, it's obviously Prince Eric, right? I mean, I'm only saying that because he's royal and our current loyalty to mermaids right now.
Yeah. Eric Reichenbach.
Eric Reichenbach is a possibility.
Eric Clapton.
No, out. Done.
Eric Clapton's out.
We're out on Eric Clapton. Who does the
how do you feel about Eric Roberts?
Ooh,
He was great on Suits.
Yes. I love him in the Lifetime show Stalked by My Maester. Is a very, very good show. Series of movies. Eric Roberts. Might be king of the Erics. What was the name of the Eric in Survivor Samoa? Cardona?
Eric Cardona.
Wow, still got it. Eric Cardona. Eric Cardona would have seen Eric Cardona and he would have said, "We have nothing. We have nothing."
Eric Bana.
Eric Bana. My
Eric
wife gets
Stone Street. Very funny.
That's a really good hate
Eric
into
Estrada.
Eric Bana for no reason. Eric Estrada, okay.
Eric Holder, Attorney General.
Are you just looking at, did you Google famous Erics?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Do you want to keep going or should we just
I think I
move
gave
on?
you the best.
Yeah. Are we opening this up to Erica's?
Oh.
That becomes a whole horse of another color.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon of another color.
That's another for another day.
Different show. House of the Dragon, week 2. Brother on brother violence this week. A lot of drama once again on the House of the Dragon. How do you think week 2 was compared to week 1, Rob?
Good.
Yeah, you
good
liked
week
it.
2.
You liked week 2. Strong week 2. Strong 2.
Yes.
Including a shout out to the Strongs this week.
So shout out to the Strongs. Yeah.
Little scene with some Breakbones name checking here. That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget our
We like
father.
that.
Yeah, we like that. You like this better than the premiere, you would say?
Pretty similar. For me.
Yeah. About the same vibe.
About the same vibe. Yeah.
About the
But
same vibe.
you're 25% of the way there.
Oh, who's keeping track though? You know, who's keeping
only 8 episodes.
You know what my favorite show on TV is right now? House of the Dragon social media. So the Twitter algorithm.
Fill me in because I have not been on top of it.
Can we still call it a Twitter algorithm? Can I just I don't want to call it the X algo. Is that cool? Can I just call it the Twitter algo still? Like the Twitter algo. The Twitter algo.
I don't gatekeep the algorithm.
It's so cracked. Someone should have gate kept Dragonstone to keep Eric out from there. The algorithm is so cracked that like I see nothing but posts from people I have no idea who they are. I have no idea who these people are. They're just all over my timeline.
What are you doing? You're doing the like For You page?
Yeah, I'm doing the For You page now. I am because it just defaults to that. and I'm too lazy to just go over to For You,
Right.
and then
it's not even people you follow. It's just here's random people with big feelings. You should know what they're thinking.
I don't know why I thought you were about to say random people with big feet, but that's where my head was
Random
going.
people with big feet. That's a different website.
That's a different website.
That algorithm, they remember.
They remember, like the North.
Like the North.
I guess
It's
they're
really the South.
Yeah, it's the South. It's the South remembers. But I get like you click like a House of the Dragon tag one time, and now your whole timeline is just House of the Dragon stuff. Or like you accidentally click like a link to like a t-shirt company ad, and it's like, oh, you like us, right? I'm like, no, it was
you're getting cookied to death.
I meant to scroll. And so I'm now seeing like lots of House of the Dragon stuff from strangers, and I love it because people are so intense about this show. Creative is one word for sure. There's like great memes. I saw like one of this is Rhaenyra in the scene, and it was Taraji Henson from Empire, like crouching beneath a car, and it was very funny. Like there's like funny stuff out there. Some good World Tour memes being applied to House of the Dragon.
I don't know what the World Tour is, but I know that it's not the tour.
Yeah. Haven't seen any Hawk-Tua memes to House of the
where's
Dragon
that? Where's that?
Haven't seen that yet.
Should we make that?
Do you want to do Hawk-Tua on House of the Dragon?
Did somebody famously spit on Game of Thrones? I feel like did Sansa spit in Theon's face or something?
I think that's loosely the Valyrian word Dracarys translates to
the sand spit, right?
Spit on that thing. Yeah, I think so.
That's where they would have a bunch of challenges. Yeah.
So people are being great online, and then in some ways they're being poor, like very, very terrible. There's I think some people who really are very invested in the Team Green versus Team Black as if these are real people. And House of the Dragon, I kind of had this question of like, okay, and this happened last season, and clearly there was a big vibe around House of the Dragon. The Game of Thrones fans showed up. They were here. And for whatever reason, once again, going into season 2, I still had these questions like, are they going to be here? Are they going to show up?
They're here.
It's like, they're not only here, but they believe that Rhaenyra is a real person, and she must be protected at all costs. Worse, they think Kristen Cole is a real person.
But they don't like him.
And I saw that Fabian Frankel, who plays the character, had to limit replies on his Instagram because people were going on his Instagram being like, you suck. You're a terrible
guy. That is a real level of dedication to the show for people to seek out the actor, to know enough about the show. I know that this actor, he's not a writer. It's not like from the mind of Kristen Cole comes House of the Dragon. To go seek out that actor and then send him like negative, not even like you're a bad actor. You ruined my beloved Kristen Cole character. The memory. Because that happens probably on the Star Wars shows. Like, I love this character and you've ruined it.
It's happening to the actors now. It's like just crossing the line. So it's not. I certainly do not approve of the behavior. Disavow the behavior. But the feverishness with which this is happening. It's
I respect the passion. I respect the passion. Yeah.
If you were going to write a strongly worded letter to any of the House of the Dragon characters, and it could be a positive, or like it could be a pump up letter. Like I think this week, for example, maybe I'd write a pump up letter to Otto Hightower. I think is possible.
Pump him up.
Otto Hightower being like, feckless again. That word showing back up. Feckless
I think that who plays Aemond Targaryen?
Ewan Mitchell is the name of that guy.
Okay. Dear Ewan, put some damn clothes on. How about that? I don't need to see you in the very look good on you.
That was startling. But that was a startling image.
I was startled.
I
was startled.
Grown man, buck nakes. Rolled up.
I mean, like the guy covers an eye. He can't cover the rest of his nether regions.
No, and his eye wasn't even covered either. He was completely bare.
Completely naked.
All the way.
Are you naked if you're wearing an eye patch?
But nothing else? I guess it depends on where you're wearing the eye patch.
I guess so.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, kind of like speedoifying that thing. Hakatua, speedify that thing. We're loopy here, folks. We're loopy here on House of the Mermaid Dragon this week. I thought it was good. I really did enjoy this one. I think I've got like some minor quibbles about some of the ways that.
What's your quibs?
One of my quibs is the way that the Eric and Eric battle is really wild.
Can I say that I think they missed the thing where then like, you know, they should have Rhaenyra be like, guards, arrest him, and like in the fracas, and then it's like, wait, which one?
Right.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which one is our guy? And it's like, no, I'm the real Eric. Or do they want to be Eric?
Yeah, well, no, I think you want to be Eric in
I'm the real Eric. Yeah. No, I'm the real Eric. Arrest him.
I thought that I thought what would have been cool is if like, because were you confused by the fight? Like, did you when one of them died? Did you know which one died? No, me neither. I had no idea. I had no clue.
But guess who was happy that Eric and Eric are dead?
That guy.
No more quibs for me.
No more
Eric
quibs.
and Eric are gone.
Yeah, it is
Battle
helpful.
of the Erics.
It's helpful. Would you have been fine if they just killed one?
Yeah, or kill one. That's fine too.
Kill one. Yeah. In the book, because like it's based on Fire and Blood. It's the George R. R. Martin book. It's a fictional history. There's like conflicting perspectives. So there's a couple of different versions of how this goes down in the book. There's one version where they're like fighting for 3 hours.
3 hours.
Just, like, a relentless, like it's like the Ian versus Tom of Westeros battles, just going forever, and eventually
more like
they
the
both
Becky versus Sundra.
Yeah, kind of, because they both sort of lost. It's sort of like that. I think is maybe a closer comp. So there's one version that does that, and then there's another version where it's like really short but nasty, and there's no brotherly love between the two of them. And so this version is sort of like splitting the difference a little bit. But I think what I wanted to see was I wanted to see a little more edge to Team Black. I do think that I'm starting to feel a little bit like we got to dirty up Rhaenyra here a little bit more than we're doing, and kind of what I wanted to see was
perfect. She does everything right.
I love her. I stand.
You can't say that you don't.
I stand as Queen Rhaenyra. I do, but I think what could have been cool is so you're confused at which Eric has died, and in like the aftermath there's no ability to determine whether or not that is the real Eric or not, so off with his head. I thought would have been cool. Like, and
kill them both, both the Erics, because we can never trust that we don't have an imposter Eric. I mean,
sort of that's like what Aegon did with the rat catchers.
I have got so many questions about this.
Let's do it.
How many rat catchers does the king have? There must be a lot of rats.
Well, certainly now. No rat catchers. And
now
I don't
kill.
know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, talk about cutting off your nose to spite your face. I'm going to kill all the rat catchers.
Yeah, every last one to make sure that we got them. And like, so what happens to the rat apprentices? You know, do they get rounded up too? Or they get promoted. They get promoted. Do we have to train new rat catchers? And who trains the rat catchers now that all the rat
castle is big? The king has like 30 rat catchers.
Is it you know?
Is there a rat catcher in every room?
No, I don't think so. I think it's shifts, because I think it's probably just like
constant. So they fill out. They got to fill out like this person only works Tuesday, Thursday. I thought was
the rat catcher union is not happy with King Aegon.
One of my quibs from the episode. So we're seeing all the people walking. It's like normal day in King's Landing, and so somebody's walking. Is this the Red Keep?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're in downtown Keep, and woman walks by, and she looks up, and she's like, "My son." her son had the woman who like found the people happened to be her son was one of the rat catchers.
You don't think that like the goss is starting to float around? Like, yo, they rounded up a
go
bunch
check
of
it.
rat
You think
catchers.
that she heard like all the rat catchers are hanging up?
Yeah, I think maybe. Unless she's just like is always there, like waiting for him to get off work.
Seems like she was one of the early arriving people.
She was on the scene real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe aspiring to be a rat catcher herself, possibly. And so, if you're just trying to get that job. But yeah, so now rats are going to be a huge problem. I think that there was probably just rolling rat catchers 24/7, and now it's done. There's rats everywhere. Going to be a big problem. And don't forget that when Helena in episode 1 says, "I'm not worried about the dragons. I'm worried about the rats," is the worst of it still to come.
You think that's what her premonition was about? Not that they were going to kill her son, but that, oh my God,
we're going to have a rodent
rats
problem.
Around here.
Big pest problem. So with the rat catchers gone, what's the move? What do you do?
Yeah, just luckily for you, get more cats.
Get more cats. Yeah, I think
Where's
so.
Sir Pounce?
Yeah, get a bunch of Sir Pounces.
Oh, do you think that we'll get like Sir Pounce's like great grandfather?
Not on this show, but I do think they're working on a spinoff. Yeah, Game of Pounce, Game of Yarns. The dog seemed really upset.
Was that the same dog that got kicked?
Yeah. The kicked dog looked up at the records like, oh man, like
the
dog,
DOV,
you're free. You're good.
Yeah.
You're free. Genie, you're free.
Yeah. But did we ever see Cheese get hung? Was Cheese one of the rat catchers?
Yeah, he's there. He's there.
See,
you never see him get rounded up, but he's there. So Blood and Cheese are both dead. And Blood was like really kind of, like, listen, I'll tell you everything. He was like chunking the Goonies when Laris comes
and then
in.
Daemon Targaryen, he came in and his dragon stepped on he parked in the handicap spot, and then we told him not to, and he said he didn't care.
And the worst thing I ever done was I threw up on everyone at the steps of Baylor. Yeah. He was like that. He just spilled his guts immediately. He's like, it's Daemon. It was Daemon. He paid me. Here's every single detail. Totally true. Just let me go. And then Aegon walks in. He's like, all right. Yeah, just do it. So he's gone. Blood and Cheese are gone. Aegon. I know that Taryn and Grace were both upset about this. Did you have any feelings about Aegon destroying the late King Viserys's model?
Yeah, I know Taryn said that was the most heartbreaking part of the episode. He's very upset about that. Yeah, I thought that the model was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I feel like that we were missing like the one scene where maybe like Otto was going to be like, all right, here's where we set up our people, like have like a model, like a scale model of King's Landing, where we were going to like, okay, here's where we're preparing for battle. They're going to look, they've got that basically at Dragonstone. They've got the big map table.
They do. That's one of like the real selling features of Dragonstone.
They've got the big table.
They don't have a good table map here in King's Landing. They had a great Valyria model, but it was already sort of useless, and now it's destroyed. So yeah, I thought that was I thought it was a good metaphor, right? Like the age of a graceful king, of a graceful your grace is gone. This was like Viserys's prized possession that he was working on during his entire reign, and now in the blink of an eye, it's gone. How fragile the democracy of Westeros is. I don't think you could call it a democracy. It's a monarchy.
No, it's a monarchy.
Yeah. How fragile the monarchy is in Westeros.
Yeah. I mean, especially when there's two people with the wanting to be the monarch.
That's right. Yeah.
What do you think about Otto Hightower and his plans?
I thought yeah, so this is where I'm worried, because I think people are going to be like, that's a real guy. I can't believe you supported what the real guy did. But like, for a minute,
what do you mean that's a real guy?
For I don't want anyone coming to my Instagram and telling me that I'm a bad guy for thinking that like Otto Hightower, kind of clever. I thought
you thought it was good.
Yeah,
I thought
some of it was good. You know,
So I felt like it was a little.
good.
I think ultimately it was a little too cute. I think of like, oh, okay, we're gonna like really shame Rhaenyra and make everybody think bad about her, but it's like I don't know if that really works. You're not gonna like shame the people into like not being with her. Wag your finger at Rhaenyra.
Well, I think that like the public display and like the people were grieving, and it was a very. I really thought that when they hit the pothole, I was really not.
I was worried. Yeah,
that was a tense moment. That was one of the tensest moments of House of the Dragon for me. I was like, "What? No, please don't do this." So they had some decorum there at least. But I think like the plan of like make this public. You know, turn the public in your favor. The word starts to spread. The Pretender did this. I don't think is a bad plan on paper. I think that there was a failure in the plan is Otto has like no ability to manage his stupid little grandson. Like he didn't do anything to sort of quell his grandson here. Granted, his grandson is in a horrid state because a horrible thing happened, but I feel like is there not something that he can do to like pump up his grandson's ego a little better here? I think that's what was missing. Was there wasn't like good king management. We didn't manage the king well.
Yeah. Well, the king can't feel like he's being managed.
Yes, correct. So you have to do it really subtly. And I don't know. And he's not like the brightest bulb, and Otto's a pretty shrewd dude. So I felt like, you know, maybe there was something to be done there.
Yeah. I think he had some good ideas, but I think that didn't have like great bedside manner about the whole thing.
That's it. His bedside manner was lacking. Is Kristen Cole's bedside manner better?
This guy knows a thing or two about bedside manner.
Yeah. His bedside
He's
manners.
been to more than a few bedsides.
Yeah, his bedside manners are the stuff of legends or ill repute, depending on who you ask. How do you think he's going to do as the new hand of the king? This has been a whirlwind couple of days, actually, for Sir Kristen Cole. He's just been...
Does Aegon know that the hand of the king also...
does, like, politics and stuff?
No.
It has to do with the relationships?
Does basically thinks his mom is...
a babe?
I was going to say... like MILF Manor.
Yeah, MILF Manners. Bedside MILF
Manor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he
if
know
we were
about
still
that?
doing the hashtags, maybe that would be at the end of the show. That was good.
Yes. Does he know about that?
No, I don't think so.
Is that a shoe that has to drop?
You would think so. Though not every shoe always drops on this show. Laris is keeping track of the shoes that are dropping for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that has to drop, but I don't think he knows. And I don't think that, Helena knows, but Helena and Aegon apparently don't talk. They walk past each other.
They don't have
a
healthy relationship, and they've been through a trauma now.
Yeah. So they didn't talk. They didn't trade notes. And then Helena, like, Allison's trying to be like, so about the dude I was boinking. She's like, I'm ignoring it. It's not a thing that I'm even.
She wants to tell her dad.
Yeah, she did. And Otto's like, that's disgusting, and I don't want to know about that.
I don't want to know about it.
I don't know.
Right.
Do you think he knew what it was when she says, I have sinned?
Yeah, I don't think he even cared at that point. He's like, listen, I just got fired, okay?
He's like, that's it.
I just got fired again.
Yeah, that's right. Second time getting fired from Hand of the King. That's embarrassing. That's tough. Do you think we'll see Otto
I got fired by my father-in-law and my grandson in a couple of episodes of TV.
Yeah, the grandson is probably more. I feel like getting fired by your grandson is worse than getting fired by your father.
Goodbye, Grandpa.
Yeah.
That's something that's only funny to Josh and I. I can't imagine it's anybody.
Brendan Fitzpatrick loves the bit.
Brendan Fitzpatrick, yeah.
Loves the bit.
That's a reference to, I was thinking about this recently, that Josh and I recapped all of Sons of Anarchy at one point. We watched the entire show, but we did episode by episode recaps of the final unhinged season.
Did we do seasonal recaps? Did we do
I think we did. I think we watched that. I watched them,
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it wasn't because like someone's like, you should watch Sons of Anarchy. Like, oh, that's a good idea.
It was
back then. That was how easy it was to get you to do a show.
Yeah, it was that the network that was like hosting the podcast had some relationship with Katie Seagal, and it was like maybe you could interview her.
Yeah, and how did that bear out? Did we ever get Katie
we
Seagal
never
on the
interviewed
pod?
Katie Seagal, but we still have that.
Are we owed that one? I think that one is still owed to us.
Yeah, Jax's kid.
Yeah,
did he kill somebody?
So Charlie Hunnam, who plays Jax.
Sorry, we're spoiling Sons of Anarchy. Sorry, everybody.
One moment that we're spoiling. It's Charlie Hunnam's mother on the show is Katie Seagal, and she has to run away, but she wants to visit her grandson, Charlie Hunnam's son, one time, and he's like a preschooler. She goes to his preschool and like says goodbye to him through the fence. And she goes away, and then the shot lingers on the fence as the preschooler says, "Goodbye, Grandma." And we loved that. And that
did the kid kill somebody also?
Did the kid kill someone?
I thought the kid. Am I making this up? Am I misremembering?
I think he was a pre-K. I don't think he could have killed anyone. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Did his name was Abel. Did Abel Teller kill anyone? I don't know if you want to Google that alongside your famous errors.
Did a kid kill someone on Sons of Anarchy? Yes. In the TV series Sons of Anarchy, a significant and tragic event involves a child killing someone. In season 6, episode 1, titled Straw, there's
what do we think?
No, I think that's not. I don't know if that's it. No,
that was a different thing. That was
different.
That was
messed
bad.
up.
That was messed up. Yeah. So I don't think he killed anyone, but that's good. Why were you thinking about it? Why did it come up?
You know what? Because I was driving in this room, and I was driving on the road, and then a guy on a motorcycle with like a jacket just like whips past my car, and I'm like, hey, watch out for frickin' Jax on the road.
Yeah. Did you feel good about that?
Goodbye, Grandma.
Katie Seagal was in a fantasy show. Do you recall The Bastard Executioner?
Yes, we did. I think we covered it on most shows recap.
Sure did. Anyway, House of the Dragon. Good sidebar for you, me, and Brendan for sure. 3 people loved that segment. Do you think we'll see Otto Hightower again, or is it
I think so.
Grandpa forever?
He's been a mainstay on the show for 12 episodes.
Yeah.
Where's he going?
I used to really root for on 24, just to talk about yet another different show that, like, you can get rid of characters without killing them off, right? Like, you could fire people.
What's he gonna do?
Maybe they can retire and then they just like don't be on the show anymore. But 24 would always have to bring these people back over and over again, just like to torture them. And I feel like same deal here for Otto. Like, Otto doesn't just get out of this by getting fired. There's more to come with this guy.
Yeah, he'll, worm his way back into things.
Did you hear what he said about his other grandson who might be saying, "Hello, Grandpa"? Did you catch this?
No. What did he say?
The king's brother is in Old Town. I'm gonna go see what he's all about. And a certain portion of the House of the Dragon fandom is electrified by this.
Okay, yeah.
Because
I think I heard Grace and Taryn talk about this.
Yes, because Alicent and Viserys have another son who has not shown up on the show, and he's not necessarily a son of anarchy. I think that he is a beloved son in the lore, and his name is Darren.
Other Darren? Yeah.
Darren Targaryen. I think, do you call him Daeron? It's basically Daemon with an R instead of an N.
How do you spell Darren?
Daeron. Rob's shaking his head.
So stupid.
Is that now one of your quibs? And add it to the list of quibs.
Yeah, so he's gonna head on down to the Old Town Road.
It seems like he may head on down to the Old Town Road, and people are pretty fired up about that because they like Daeron Targaryen. Darren. Call him Darren for the sake of ease. So put a pin in that. Let's see if that turns into anything. That could
over on Lil Nas Twitter.
They're pretty hyped. What else for this episode? Any other like major standouts for?
So last week we were talking about what is it? Alan. And Alan has a brother, Adam.
2 D's.
Yes, he's an Adams.
Yeah, he's an Adams.
It's an Adam.
Yes, we've got an Adams, folks. That's
So they had a conversation, and then at the end, they're like, "Hey, you want to go have some stew?
Yeah.
Does the stew have carrots?"
It takes a lot to make a stew.
It takes a lot to make a stew.
Mhm.
Hearty potatoes.
Yes. Yeah, I think so. Does it have apple
Warm
cider?
broth.
Yeah. Do we got some cider going on with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
Hopefully nobody undersold the stew.
Yeah.
What are these guys doing?
What do you think?
Why are they in like
doing?
I don't know. I feel like that sometimes like people are in like a different show.
There's a couple of people this season that may feel like they're in a different show, or there's a couple of people this season that may feel like, why are you on my show? And it's these two are part of that group, I think, right now. And then there's this.
Where are they? Like, I don't even know. Are they in? Were they in like King's Landing?
I wish that like I was sharper on this right now. They're either at Dragonstone or Driftmark, and I'm gonna get roasted. I just don't know. I think it's Driftmark, but I'm not 100% sure. I think that that's where the sea snake is right now, and I think he's still recouping.
What part of Westeros is Driftmark?
Driftmark is like is like an island to like the southeast, but above Dorne. It's not far from Dragonstone, I think. This is my memory of the map. So those two are on this list of like, what are you guys doing here? And then there's this other dude. This is like the blacksmith who came before Aegon last week, alongside like the goat farmers, like my goats. And Aegon's like, I'll replenish your goats. And then Otto's like, don't replenish his goats. And he's like, I'm not going to replenish your goats. And that guy just gets like yanked off stage, never to be seen again. This other guy who looks like he's from Vikings shows up and he says, I want to smith some stuff for you, my dude, but we got to get paid. And Aegon's like, all right, I don't care what my grandpa says. You're getting paid. You got Smith stuff for me. And so that guy's like, sweet, great. And then he walks off. And that could have been that. But he was in this episode. And there's a scene where like he's in the episode and he's eating a stew as well, it looks like. His like wife is there and they're in a dimly lit sort of room. And like we're just like kind of like, what are we doing checking in on this guy? So that dude's name is Hugh. Spelled the way you think, I think.
Oh, Hugh.
That's it. Yeah. A big hug with an H at the end. That's it. Hugh.
Okay.
So there's Hugh, there's Alan, there's Adam. What are they doing on our show? They're not here for no reason. Do you have a theory on any of them?
No, they seem like they're getting ready to board a ship. They're
like shipmen.
I don't really know what's going on with those guys.
They're shipsmen. The more curious thing
seems like nice guys, but I got to be honest, I don't know what's happening with them.
There. So Adam is there. Adam gets introduced. Adam and Alan are hanging out. They're talking about like, oh, Sea Snake, here he wants you for a job. Isn't that a good thing? And Alan's like, I don't really want it. I don't want anything from that guy. Is sort of what he says. And then a few scenes later, it's just this sort of non sequitur scene before we're like cutting from one thing to going back to King's Landing. It's sort of just in there. Adam's on the beach. I don't really know what he's doing. He's like, is he clamming?
He's like he pulled like a crab out of the sand. I'm like, oh, is the crab? What's his name?
Crab people.
What was the crab king?
The king of the crabs.
King of the crabs is back.
Yeah. The Crabman is returning. Maybe. No, I don't think so. Hopefully not. I think Crabman was dealt with swiftly and severely. But this guy's crabbing. He's out here crabbing, and then he looks up overhead, and there's just a dragon floating around. He's like, "Hey, what's that?"
Was that Daemon? Who was on the dragon?
I think that Daemon either had already left or he's going to leave a couple scenes later, but the scenes aren't connected. So, Daemon says, I'm going to Harrenhal. Peace out. I want nothing to do with this anymore. And so he's off. He's like, not like, I don't know if you could say he like quit or anything, but who's
in Harrenhal right now?
Harrenhal belongs to Larys Strong. It was given.
How's he holding Harrenhal?
I guess we'll see. Because
he's got like a whole army at Harrenhal.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. See if that bears out. I mean, Harrenhal, if you remember, is like a really decrepit house.
I remember.
It's a horribly taken care of castle. It's like a haunted castle. They burned it down or burned parts of it down. Larys did with his father and his brother inside. And we haven't checked in on it since, but it's still a strong stronghold. Is it strong enough to withstand a Daemon Targaryen? I don't know. But that scene is disconnected from Adam looking up and seeing a dragon. So I don't know. Don't know. I mean, I do, but you don't.
Okay.
It's not for nothing, and we'll see if the show does a good job of like integrating all of these characters into the narrative. If they do it well, it'll be great. It'll be great if they do it well. Like Alan, Adam, Hugh, these are going to be people that like, you know, will be like, oh, okay, that character had a story. You know, I think whether it's a long story or a short story, they'll have a story if they do this right. So
yeah,
it's not just here for no reason.
Yeah. Can I ask, and again, like maybe I'm just going to get dragged of like, what is this podcast? Why don't you know anything? What was it, the woman, the white worm?
Yeah, Mysaria.
Yeah, what's her deal?
So Mysaria was like, she was, you know, like a big spy master in King's Landing for a while, and she and Daemon were doing the nasties, and then they were sort of like, it seemed like they were in love, and he takes her to Dragonstone and says, she's my wife now, or she's going to be my wife. She's going to have my kid. And they didn't like that. And they basically over the years kind of drifted apart. And somewhere along the way, she sort of fell out of favor, it seems like, though she even knew about like Aegon and the fighting pits, like the kid fighting pits from last season. And she
worst
gets caught.
Kept secret in Westeros.
Sure is. And so she gets caught, and Daemon beefs with her again, and Daemon gets the blood and cheese idea basically from her. And so Rhaenyra is like, what are you doing here? We got to do something with you. And then she kind of remembers, oh yeah, back in episode 3 of House of the Dragon, when I was played by Millie Alcock, famous forever.
She's famous forever.
That you were the person at the brothel that I went to. So she kind of remembers her. And I think maybe out of like some like loyalty to a childhood memory or whatever it is, or wanting to be different from Daemon and being somebody who keeps the word of someone who gave a word, she lets her go. And at least for now, really the only plot utility was she was about to leave. Eric let her go. She's walking down to the beach. Wait a second, isn't that Eric? How could there be two Erics? And probably also, since she knows so many things, I assume that she knows that there are two Erics. So you get the sense that she's the person who reported up the food chain, like, yo, clandestine Eric mission happening right now. We gotta do something about this. So she came in clutch. She came in clutch in this episode.
Yeah.
So that's Mysaria.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Leaving this week of House of the Dragon, are you trending one way, team green, team black? I want to check this every time.
I mean, I'm probably more green than black. I don't know what what is Team Black doing?
They're trying to figure it out.
Rhaenyra
was like, I didn't do this. You guys are ruining it all for me.
Yeah. I mean,
nothing to do. Like, why would I kill Helena's kid? She says.
I said last week, I'm on the fence, and I didn't see anything that like Team Black did that would make me more on their side. I mean, that they, you know, botched an assassination attempt, killed a kid, and then they just were arguing, and then almost got killed. Yeah,
I think Team Green's more entertaining right now.
Yeah. I'm here for the mess.
Yeah, the mess is happening with Team Green right now in a way that's like riveting. And I think like with Team Black, not that it's not riveting in its own right, but Team Black is like very serious. There's lots.
But did you say that the Roys came out and they endorsed Team Black?
Roys are Team Green.
Oh, Roys Team Green. Team Green. No, that makes sense. See,
Roys are Team Green. Yeah,
and I love the Roys.
Yeah. So alongside House Roy, House Cesternino trending green. Is Nicole taking a side here?
Team Black all the way.
Yeah, okay. A house divided.
Rhaenyra can do no wrong.
Yeah, house divided. Yeah. So that's tough. Okay, so 2 weeks. It's for Rob, green 2, black 0, you would say?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we're keeping score. You got anything else from House of the Dragon before this podcast suddenly morphs into a discussion about Survivor 46?
No, I mentioned the stew. I think that
was an important note, huh?
Yeah, that was a big note for me.
Have your thoughts on stew changed at all over the years?
No. No. If anything, that they're more visceral and viscerous. That I had a long chat with my sister about many of the foods that we had as kids.
And what did she think of stews?
Bad.
Yeah. That's one thing House Cesternino can agree on. You're not team stew.
That seems to.
All right, well, we are Team House of the Mermaid Dragon here on this podcast. For the first portion of this podcast, we talk all House of the Dragon all the time. For the remainder of the podcast, we are going to be checking in on Survivor 46, which I still have not yet watched. We're going to do a little cast preview about people who I know these people. We'll see. Stick around if that sounds fun for you. If it does not sound fun for you, we will see you next week on more House of the Dragon coverage. Make sure you're subscribed. Rob has a website.com/subscribe. If you want to stick around, stay after the ad break, and we will continue talking about Survivor.
It's a house of mermaids. It's a house of dragons. Actually, it's both. It is a combo of two different shows. On this pod, we talk Thrones, and we also talk Probst with Rob and Josh, your hosts.
All right, Rob, it is time to put the mermaid in the House of the Mermaid Dragon, as we are looking at here on the screen. Look at this. This is the cast of Survivor 46 right now, Rob.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they took that picture in Driftmark, I think.
Yeah, they've been filming in Driftmark the last few seasons. They really got to get out of there.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in Driftmark.
Look at all these people.
So these are all
people.
These are all people so there's 18 of them. These are all people you know. So for those who are just tuning in, I haven't checked out Survivor in a long time. I'm going to check out Survivor 46.
I interviewed one of them today.
As we talk about House of the Dragon. Are you allowed to say which one you interviewed?
No, I'll leave it blind item.
Okay, well then I'm going to, so we're going to go through all these people one by one. I'm going to try and tell you their names. I'll tell you what I know about them. And then, I don't know, do you have questions for me about them?
I got a few questions. I don't know if I necessarily have questions for you, but maybe I have some Game of Thrones comparisons.
Okay. Oh, that's great. Yes, I would also love to know if you think that these people would be Team Green or Team Black. I think it'd be interesting to go through. Did people like this season overall? Do they like the cast?
You know what? I think it was a little bit polarizing, and I think that at points people said it was worst season ever. Also, at the points people said best season ever.
Okay.
So there were high highs and there were low lows.
Yeah, low lows. Okay. They seem like a very pleasant group of people. They're all smiling here on the beach in this.
Many of them can't stand each other.
This I heard is that the sort of the way that a lot of these casts all love fest on each other on the other side is not been the case.
Not a love fest
for this group. So I'm looking forward to the dance of the mermaid dragons. That is going to be inspired by this. Okay, so we have pictures of all of the various cast members. I'm going to pull them up. Of course, we have a YouTube version of this. If you'd like to watch along with the video, check out rhap.com/scripted for the YouTube link. Okay, so this is we're looking at
we're looking at three people here. So what is this? Ding, marry, kill?
Okay,
is this what we're doing here?
Oh, that's interesting. So in
5 tickets to Challengers, please.
Right now, yeah. Did you check out Challengers?
Not yet.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Thought Challengers was great. Very fun. You're a tennis guy? Do you like tennis?
No, I'm not. I'm okay. I think I'd rather play tennis than watch
pickleball.
I mean, I played a little bit of pickleball.
Yeah.
Just a touch.
Okay. Were you good? You really do you have to do a little more than touch it. I kind of thought that you did just have to touch it, but it's a hard ball.
It's a hard ball. Yeah, it's like a wiffle ball. Yeah.
Harder ball than you would think. Okay, so there are 3 people on screen, and I do know their names, I believe. The guy on the left is Ben. This is the rock star, Ben.
The Casterly rock star.
The Casterly rock star is Ben, and he is going to tell me that things rock or don't rock.
Yeah.
He seems like he is widely loved, this guy.
Yeah. I mean, almost nothing not to like here from Ben.
Yeah. I love his overalls. Does he wear these on the show?
I think so.
It's giving Chicken Morris in the picture.
Damn. Yeah.
Because it doesn't look like a vest in the picture. It looks like he's wearing suspendies. And they're like really high up. Like the suspendies are like really just beneath like chest hair tuft. So like they're hiked up is what they look like to me, but I can't see like lower bod. So I guess I don't know if that's a vest or suspendies, but they look like suspendies. Ben, I don't know if he still is, but he at least was in a band called Gorilla Toss, which a friend of mine was in. So I have like a weird connection to Ben. I've never reached out to him or seen one of his rock shows, but I know he like plays rock shows all over the place. But his former bandmate was a great guy. So really like that guy.
Okay.
This guy, Ben, Team Green or Team Black?
He's a good vibes guy. I think he's probably more trending Team Black.
Trending Black. Okay. Yeah, he swears for the Queen. Who is he in the Game of Thrones lore?
So that my closest comparison is either like a musician like Rhaegar Targaryen,
okay,
a real Renaissance man, or Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. Yeah, I don't know if there are any real. I mean, there's some other bards. There was the guy got his tongue pulled out, but that's really it, right? They weren't really dancing on Thrones.
Yes.
Guy next to him in the middle is Banu, and he's the one who ruined the show.
Depends who you ask.
Well, if I looked online, this was like the first thing that like crashed through my social media filters was Banu. And I have a lot of IRL friends who still watch the show, and so they'll always ask me if I'm watching. I'm like, I'm still not watching, but tell me what's going on. They're like, this guy Banu. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. So I know that Banu's arc is a little tough to watch, is what I've heard.
Yeah.
That feels right.
Yeah. So yeah, Banu. I guess for a comparison, remember when they introduced the sand snakes and everybody hated them and said they ruined the show? Yeah. And everybody, and then like nobody was happy until they all just got wiped off the board.
So he's like less Red Viper and more like the bastard daughters of the Red Viper combined and rolled up into one character.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I'm killing of these three if we're doing Ding, Marry, Kill. Because the guy to his right is Charlie. I know of Charlie. I know nothing about Charlie other than people love Charlie. Charlie seems like good approval ratings on Charlie.
Good approval ratings on Charlie for sure.
I like his shirt that he wears in his cast preview. He's got like the nice palm trees, which are green. So I wonder, is he trending Team Green?
Oh, I think he's probably going to also be trending Team Black.
You think so?
I feel like that he is a big Swiftie, and I feel like that Taylor Swift would be Team Black. So I think that that's probably where Charlie.
He's
would
a big
follow suit.
Swiftie.
Yes,
like Taylor Swift. He's a huge Taylor Swift guy.
That's right.
Is that like a off-season note? Like, was this because you did a postseason interview with him? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
it's an on season as well.
What do you like? Is this a part of Survivor? Did Survivor try to capitalize on the Eras tour?
The Eric's tour? Oh, okay, that's it. Hey, get a note to Tricky.
Tour.
Give me all the different Erics and Erics in one shirt, and let's put the Eric's tour shirt out.
The Aris tour.
The Erics and Arics.
The Erics and Arics and Aris tour. So wait, it's a part of the show. Is it like a meaningful part of the show, Taylor Swift, this season? Is this why Sia didn't give people money?
Perhaps.
Because she dropped out of it this season. This was it.
Yeah.
Was it because like the show leaned Swift instead of Sia? Could be beefing.
I don't know. We got to ask her people. Yeah. Okay.
Is this a safe place to admit that like I really don't know a lot about
you don't know anything
Swift.
Well, I think it's okay. I think you're just not allowed to not like Taylor Swift. It's okay to not know about Taylor Swift. I just think you're not allowed. You're not allowed to have a quib with Taylor Swift.
No quibs with Taylor Swift. All right, so I have to Ding, Marry, Kill these three.
Wait, I was gonna. Well, that.
Yeah.
I'll give you a Game of Thrones comparison.
Yes, please. Yes.
Yeah. Remember when everybody thought that Jon was going to sit on the Iron Throne at the end of the show, and then we're like mad when he didn't?
Yeah, this is that. It's a little like that. Did he get killed on the season and then brought back to life?
No.
Okay, so we skipped that part.
Mm-hmm.
No on-screen res.
All right, yeah. You're gonna ding, marry, kill?
You said it. Should I ding, marry, kill, or was that a joke? We don't have to ding, marry, kill everybody.
I don't think we should.
I don't think we should ding, marry, kill. Okay.
But I think I could easily do it.
Okay. All right. 3 people here, and I know one of them.
Okay.
There is a guy on the left who looks like my brother's best friend from high school, James. He's got,
doesn't narrow it down. Okay, on the left, you said
red hair, red beard, blue shirt with pineapples on that. Is that Pineapple Boy 37? Did he make it finally?
No.
He's been applying for years.
No.
Okay. So there's that guy. There is a woman on the right. She has a great shirt. Looks very comfortable. Linen, I think. I have no idea who she is. And then the lad in the middle, I am aware of. This this strong lad in the middle, I am to understand is when we were doing the first boot rankings in the evolution of strategy, we didn't rank them based on like character type, right? We ranked them based on how they would do on
a player. Yeah.
And so like if this person came back, they would have to have some sort of like the genius K-Dog type of run, because I'm to understand that this is one of the worst performances from a first boot ever in the form of Zelensky.
No, well, debatable. Yeah.
That's what I've heard. That was like the hype around it. But I've also gathered that like he has really embraced his place in the lore.
Yes.
And that maybe a first boot short of Ream Daily hasn't been referenced in like internally within the same season of Survivor more than Zelensky. Several times, I gather. Did that get old? The several?
A little bit. Yeah.
It's like we're talking about it's like just 7. Just say the number.
All right. So on the left, that's Hunter.
Okay.
His Game of Thrones comparison, blonde hair,
Giantsbane.
Good at everything. I'm gonna make him Jaime Lannister.
All right. I hope his hand is okay.
Yeah. All right.
So he's like a good he's like one of those he would not be called a wimpy little non-leader.
No. Very good at everything.
Is he like socially, like he's good at like the social part, the strategic part, the physical stuff?
Not exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Zelensky in the middle, he has a cult following and very devoted to the 7. He's the High Sparrow.
He's the Oh no. That doesn't bode well for how you feel about that guy.
Yeah. And then Jem, she
does she have holograms?
No, this is Jem. Very chaotic figure. Felt like that things were gonna work out for her.
She seems fun. Like if I was doing a preseason, like because I know who wins, but if I was doing like the preseason stuff without knowing of the 6 people we've seen so far, she would be my front runner. She seems great.
Yeah, she's Littlefinger.
Oh, okay, yeah, I love this. I can't wait to find out more.
Okay, yeah,
that's great.
She's gonna love making chaos.
Okay, we love it. Chaos gem. Okay, chaos is a gem.
Planting things on people. Yeah. She, very, very much like Littlefinger season 1.
Yeah. For Angelina, chaos was a ladder as well, if I remember right, because all of my memories of Survivor are frozen in amber in the late 30s. Okay. So we've got 3 more people to bring up.
Yes. Okay.
I do not know this woman on the left.
Yes.
Who is she? Who is this?
Okay. This is Jess Chong. Fun fact about Jess. She talked about with Mike Bloom in preseason that she oftentimes will get like 80% of the way through a show and then will not, or a movie will not finish it.
Like in the theater, she'll be in a movie theater for 80% of the time.
I'm not sure about a movie, but she, and I didn't know this, but I guess that this is like a common thing for people with ADHD or neurodivergent, because I found out that my wife also does this as well. I learned this weekend, my wife has watched the entire run of This Is Us, except for the final 3 episodes.
Wow, that's a lot. Yeah.
She went the distance.
Really close.
And said, you know what? I'm out.
This is kind of me, too, to be honest with some shows. Peaky Blinders, I made it all the way to the final season. I haven't pulled the trigger. And I don't know that I'm going to. I think I might
I get that a little more, but to start the final season and stop it.
And to have a couple of episodes left. Yeah. I would I don't know. I mean, I guess like if I only would have gotten that far, I think, if I really liked the show. Is probably what would have happened.
Now, Jess, that she has an identical twin, and so that would make her either Eric or Eric.
Yeah. The twins.
The twins. Yes.
In the middle, do I have this right, that this is the Mermaid Dragon?
This is the person who is spoken of as the Mermaid Dragon, the mother of Mermaid Dragons.
Mermaid Dragon.
Here's Kenzie. But
is that short for Mackenzie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
We just go straight for Kenzie instead of Mac.
Yeah. But can she be the Red Woman?
Melisandre. I mean, you would know better than she is wearing a necklace. So who knows what happens there?
Some magical powers, maybe.
She's my winner pick, this one.
Okay. All right. Let's see if you still got it. Let's see if you still got it.
Of everyone I've seen, I think this one's got the stuff to go the whole distance. And like, I don't always get my winner picks right. Oh, wait, no. A couple of minutes ago, I said I know who wins. Yeah, okay. All right. You got me. So I'm excited to see the journey. How did Melisandre do when we did Survivor Riverlands? I can't remember. I feel like she was in it for a minute.
I think she was in it. Yeah.
She was in it for a minute. So excited to see Kenzie. Everyone seems to really like Kenzie. Seems like she's a really well-liked person, even if it was sort of a divisive thing. It sounds like she was
great social game. Great social game. Okay.
Yeah. What do I need to know about Kenzie going into this? Anything?
She's a hairdresser.
Watch the ride. Okay, cool.
Just watch the ride. Yeah.
This is Applebee's #1 fan and rumored billionaire Liz Wilcox.
Yep.
On the right.
Yes.
Because I watched the clip. Had to watch the clip, but I don't know that
I'm pissed.
Yeah, so like I watched that and I laughed very hard for a long time. Just because of the Sandy Bergen of it all. I don't know who did it better. Recency bias is going to do what it's going to do. Very hard to top Sandy Bergen's "I'm pissed." But this one is "I'm pissed." So they're different. This one has more lore underneath it, I'm to understand. Jessica Sterling, our editor and producer here in the comments, is phonetically spelling it out as "I am PIYUHSED."
Yeah, a very Game of Thrones spelling of pissed.
I am
pronounced pissed.
I guess I'm really excited to see that in context, and I don't know why everyone says rumored billionaire Liz Wilcox, but I know that's a thing. So who is Liz according to Game of Thrones lore?
Yeah. I don't really have a great comparison, but who is that guy in Karth that was not the Blue Raspberry people, but the guy that was
Zoandoxos?
Yeah, and he said he had a lot of money and then he lied.
Yeah, sure. All right, well, I hope that we can find a way to get her out of the vault. Would be great. Gosh. Don't love the idea of her being trapped there. Okay, so those are that's halfway through the cast here. We can speed things up. I don't know that I know these ones. On the right is Q. Is that right?
That's Q. That's right.
Q. So Q is the only person on Survivor 46 who I have seen compete in a challenge. Because I did watch the feed of him versus Tyson playing pickleball.
Oh, okay. How was that?
It was fun. I mean, a secret fact is I do love watching tennis. I really love watching tennis. I don't really keep up with it. It's the sport I know the most probably. And so I've played a little pickleball and really enjoy it. So I've always been interested in Tyson's rising pickleball thing. I think is cool. I watched that and that was fun. That was fun to watch. And I know that Shannon loves Q, and that he does Qmios. And that he, if those are all of the things that I know about Q, that apparently that's a mistake. I know these things about Q. Big mistake. Big mistake. Does he have anything in common with Star Trek's Q?
Both are sort of very powerful.
Powerful. Have an ability to like warp reality.
I think to some degree, yes.
To some degree,
yes.
Yeah. Do they have an adversary? Like, who is the Picard to Q's Q?
I think everybody.
Well, and hopefully everybody has a little Jean-Luc in them. That's aspirational, and that would be good.
Yeah.
So who is Q to Game of Thrones? Q, you told me you feel like Q feels like a returning player someday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm really excited to meet Q.
Yeah, he definitely has a main character energy. I think it's so hard to come up with who he is in
another shirt that I really like. That looks linen and comfortable. What he's wearing there.
Yeah,
it's like a thin pink button down, and I want to put that on.
Yeah, in the Game of Thrones lore, there really is almost nobody else like him. I'd say maybe like the Red Viper. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know. I didn't have a good comparison for Q.
Interesting. Okay. These two women on the left, I don't believe I know who they are. Okay. I think the one in the middle, there was something about Aubrey with this one, right?
Yes. Okay. She said her favorite player was Aubrey.
Okay, cool.
Q didn't like that.
Good taste. Yeah.
He so on the left is Maria.
Okay.
I'm gonna say her closest comp, I think, is Cersei.
Oh, fun. Okay, cool. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, they're both moms, both mama bear types.
Strategic, then, I would say. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Villainous.
Yep. Could be a little icy.
Okay.
At times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for Mariah,
it's Maria and Mariah.
There's Maria and Mariah. Yeah. Yeah.
A little Uma.
I don't have a honestly, I don't have a great commenters. Let me know. I don't have a great Mariah comp.
Okay. She's got red hair, so she could also be Melisandre or Sansa.
Yeah.
No.
Mariah cannot jump.
When you say that, you mean like well or at all?
I guess well. She says at all.
My brother told me the other day he can't dribble a basketball, so I guess anything's possible.
Maybe she'll be Sansa.
Okay. Mariah, you're on fire. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm excited about Cersei, and I'm excited. She's involved in some drama. Okay, great. Yes. Okay, looking forward to that. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Next three are three more people who I don't know at all.
Okay, all right. So from left to right, that we have on the left here, this is Randon, and I guess he gets the award for having the most Game of Thrones
That's a Game of Thrones name. I love that. Randon is awesome.
Randon, right?
Love that. That's a great name. Love that.
At this point, I'm also a little mad at myself for already giving away Jaime Lannister because Randon is going to lose an arm.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, no. Do we have a behanding on Survivor 46?
Maybe.
Jeez. Does
And
Maester
then,
Joe show up to help him? Maester Joe's not around anymore, right?
No, I don't believe so.
Different
And then we have Soda here in the middle. I don't have a great Game of Thrones comp for
Great
Soda.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very bubbly. She loves to sing.
Carbonated.
Okay.
Yeah. Soda.
So, yeah.
Would she contribute to a future House of the Mermaid Dragon Wandoff, do you think?
Probably not, but
what about in sound clip form? Like we could pick some sound clips, maybe?
Maybe. Yeah, she might
we
be
do
into
like a
the
remix?
Thrones.
Okay.
Yeah. And then on the right, we have Tevin.
Okay, I've heard that name. I've heard the name Tevin.
Yeah. Yes. And Tevin, he has a great gravitas to him.
Okay.
He could be like our Varys.
Ooh, the spider.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. We love Varys on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Varys did quite well on Survivor Riverlands.
Yes.
So Tevin's a name that I've heard a lot, and I have no idea if he was like super prominent early, or if he and like was cut, or if he like made it pretty deep. So I don't know, but I feel like I've heard the name a lot, and I think that what I've seen is that people really liked Tevin. So I'm excited, and Varys is a good time for me. Okay, final three, not the final three, are two people who I don't know, and then I know the Empire State Building's mortal nemesis.
Yes,
Venus Vafa.
Okay,
that I know.
That's Tiffany.
Okay,
we have Tim and Venus.
Yes.
I feel like that there's got to be the problem is that on Game of Thrones we don't have as many female characters to pull from.
Yeah.
But maybe she could be like a Brienne of Tarth.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Tiffany. And I don't have a great comparison for Tim either. Were there any Game of Thrones characters that were constipated?
Yeah. Tywin Lannister.
Yeah. Okay, and he was the dad too.
Okay, yeah.
He loved his kids. Yeah.
Okay, so issues
he met with heads of state. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And then Venus, I think, is going to be our Arya Stark.
Okay, love that. Venus is the one who most broke through my social media filters while Survivor 46 was on, and was the reason I think that it's like her and Jelensky were the reason that I was like really hearing stuff, and Banu, I suppose, were the three people that I was hearing the most about. And like Venus like was just like popping up on my timeline as part of that aforementioned For You category.
Venus rising, right?
Venus rising
in retrograde.
And so so does she, like Arya, have a kill list?
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Does she go to sleep every night on the beach saying,
I think so. I think she might have.
Sir Q.
Yeah.
Queen Maria.
Yeah. Did you see the season?
Mariah.
Did you watch? You already watched it?
Lord Banu. And the Rockstar. Yeah. None of these are the Hound, huh? No hounds?
No, I didn't have a hound.
No Clegane's here.
I mean, Q...
Clegane-esque?
Clegane-esque.
Okay.
Yeah.
Venus seems like a mood. Is mother. Is Venus. So I know that the world, the internet was all about Venus Vafa is the only one who I know first name, last name is Venus Vafa. Very excited to catch what the Venus vibes are all about. Okay. So those are the people that are going to be competing on Survivor 46.
I think you're ready to watch now.
I think finally I can watch the show. So for next time on House of the Mermaid Dragon, I'll watch the first episode to just like really savor the moment. And do you think that we're going to pace out okay? Have you thought about it further?
Especially because it's only 8 episodes of House of the Dragon. That if
we got six weeks to watch a season of Survivor. I feel like we could do that.
Yeah, I think you were going to watch one a week.
No, God, no, absolutely not.
We'll be like 3 years from now. We'll be talking about season 3 of House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's pick up episode 8.
Unpause. Yeah, no, we won't do it like that. Okay, cool. So next week I'll watch the first episode of Survivor 46. If you've got any feedback you want to send our way, hit us up on all of the various forums. We are on the Varys forums. You could get us on RHAP Scripted on the tweets. at Round Howard, at Rob Cesternino. Rob, anything that you want me to keep an eye out for as I embark on 46? Is there anything?
No, I think you're ready. I think you're ready. I think you've had more prep than any other human alive has had for Survivor 46.
I love to prepare for a season.
You are overpacked and over prepared for it.
I love a preseason. Yeah.
Do you think we'll see Melisandre on House of the Dragon?
That would be great, actually, I think that would be so cool.
Have we talked about this before?
I feel like we talked about it last year, maybe, or 2 years ago, or whatever it was. I think that'd be great. Who else could cameo on the show? The Night King?
The Night King, yeah.
You know, I'd rather see Melisandre, for sure. Than the
Three-Eyed Raven.
That would be cool, actually, but I feel like there's a possibility that we'll check in on the Three-Eyed Raven on a different Game of Thrones show.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
That's fine. Time traveling Bran,
I'm into. I have this whole thought in my mind that like time traveling Bran and Helena are going to meet up because Helena like seems to have some sort of like visions of the future and stuff. Like she talked about the rats and things. So my pet theory is like maybe we could someday get Bran on the show because he's like warging back to hang with Helena. I think could be cool. But Melisandre, I think, is a good bet. All right. First episode of Survivor 46 coming next week. Rob, what else is going on? What do we have happening?
Oh, just plenty of Survivor stuff going on. I'm still on the road, traveling a little bit for a few more days. But
that's why this podcast coming to you early this week, for sure.
Yep. But then I'll be back in my own dojo by the end of the week. Ready to go.
Go to Moletown.
Second half of 2024.
We're going to Moletown at the end of the week, Rob.
Oh yeah, Moletown.
Yeah, Mole Patrol Town coming your way to RHAP at the end of the week. Make sure you're subscribed to everything that we've got going on. robhasawebsite.com/subscribe. You'll find all the great RHAP content. robhasawebsite.com/scripted if you want all of the great scripted stuff that we've got going on as well. Lots going on. Tastemakers has a really fun show up this week. TV for Real has a really fun show coming up this week as well. Weekend program, we're dealing with House Mormont's favorite show, The Bear. So that's going to be very fun later this week. So make sure you're subscribed to all of that. More House of the Mermaid Dragon coming your way next week. Until then, everybody, take care. Bye.